so this is new. So if you guys do want coins and want the best players in the game for the cheapest coins on the market, make sure to go to u7buy.com and use the discount code Vizeh for 5% off your total order. If you don't use the discount code, then I will cry. So enjoy the video. Hey, what's up guys, Vizeh, and welcome to another video on my channel. Today, let's get into the icon swaps objectives. Which players should you go for? Which ones will suit you the most? And I'm going to break down every single player one by one of which ones should suit you, which ones would I recommend personally, which ones have I seen other pro players, YouTubers, streamers also recommend as well. I don't really do videos like this that often when it comes to, you know, which players should you go for in terms of, you know, like the best left backs or right backs. I've done it maybe once or twice in last year, but very rarely. But this one I've saying every day on my Twitch, you know, who you going for? Who should I go for? I need a centre mid. Who should I go for? I need a striker. Who should I go for? So I feel like it's fair to break it down and to pick out the best players, the best icons that you can go for icon swap. So number one here, to start it off, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. We are so close to 200,000. We're like 7,000 subs away from it now. So if you can hit that subscription button, it'll mean a lot, guys. And also number two, GG to EA. GG to EA. I think this is a great concept to play the game in a different way, with first order players in rivals and squad battles. It's a bit annoying though, because for example, rivals, pro players who play in Div 1, Div 2 can't really play with full-blown, like, let's say a full League 1 team, or at least 7 players from a League 1 team, because it's kind of hard to do that, because everyone's got insane teams and insane icons and Neymars and Messis or whatever. So most pro players in Div 1, Div 2, Div 3 are relegating themselves, like Div 4, Div 5, Div 6, so that is easier. Therefore, the entirety of Div 4, Div 5, Div 6 is full of players that should not be in there. Therefore, the actual legitimate players that just want to play and they aren't having fun at all to begin with is having a much more worse time, because the better players with better teams is dropping down to try and complete these objectives. So that's kind of like one thing that I think EA should look into the future about. How can you do this without everyone just relegating themselves? It's a bit weird, but in concept, the idea, I do like the way that you can get icons by playing the game in different ways and grinding it out. There's so many things to do right now with squad battles or with rivals. I like the concept. So GG to EA. You know, I'll give you a golf clap. I'll give you a golf clap, and let's move on. So this is how it works. If you don't know about icon swaps, you get 12 tokens through objectives, I believe every month or so. So it will officially end around December time, and that means that you have got 2 months to get 24 tokens, absolute maximum. People have been asking me what is the best thing to do, because everyone's excited because it's a brand new thing and people are grinding their ass to try and do it. So for me, the best options is completely based on what do you aspire for your team. So let's start with, do you want a centre back? Now, there's 2 different ways you can go about this. You can either go for a Nesta, really, or you can go for a Ferdinand. Now, it's not just as easy as that, because there's also the idea of you can also get enough tokens to get someone else with that, which we'll get into. So, with Ferdinand, one of the best things you can do is get Ferdinand and get someone like a Pep Guardiola, which is a CDM card, which for me I think is kind of useless. If he was a good rare, it'd be like Rodri at Man City. It'd be worth like 10k if that. 8, 7, 6k. He won't be that good at all, or that expensive at all, if it was a gold rare card. I don't like Pep's card that much, because I feel like, other than, I guess, some defensive attributes, he's not that great. He's got decent work rates for CDM, of course. He's got okay pace, he's got okay dribbling, he's got no shooting ability at all, really. He's got okay pass, he's got decent passing, I'll give him that. And physicals isn't the best for CDM. So other than interceptions, he's not got much to his card that is amazing. Like, you can get someone like a Witzel, which is much better than this card, or an Inform Delaney, or a Matuidi, which is better than this card and won't cost you an arm and a leg. But of course, people may get him because he is, you know, an icon that you can get for free in Fifa. If you want to get an icon for free, I'll say get a Kotscher, because he's higher rated. You never know, you may need him. So if I could choose right between Ferdinand and Nesta, I would say 6'2", medium work rates, which is okay, you know, decent stats all around. Interceptions is good. Defending stats is good. Physicals are is decent, it's good. Pace is very good for centre back, and other than that, the rest is not as important for a centre back, other than maybe agility. Now, the reason why people don't like Nesta is because of his agility. That he's all around quite a sluggish player. Not as fast, but very, very good defending stats, and physicals is also decent as well, as he's got medium high work rate, better work rate, and his same height, but because he's got more strength, he'll feel a lot more strong on the ball. So as a defender, Nesta is better, but people try and stay away from him because of the fact of the matter is he's got very poor agility, therefore he'll feel quite sluggish on the ball. But for me, I would go for, if you want a centre back between Ferdinand or Nesta, the reason why I'll go for Nesta is because with Nesta, with that 9 tokens, that means that with 24 minus 9, that means you got 15 tokens left. Who can you get with 15 tokens? Well, you can get Balak, PIRLO, or Roy Keane. Now for me, I would go with Balak because he can be a CM or a CDM, medium high work rate, 4-star, 4-star. He can shoot, he's got decent pace. If you put a shadow onto him, it'd be much better. Dribbling isn't the best, but all around is a very, very good card in every single aspect. Now if you specifically just want a CDM, then Roy Keane may be the man for you. I used him last year, this precise card, last year, FIFA 19. I loved him because he was always back in the right place, and I always felt like I was protected. He's not the tallest player, so in the air he's not the best, but he's okay because he's got semi-decent jumping, and defensively wise, because of the aggression, because of the interceptions, because of the strength that he's got, and the stamina, he can go all game. He's a very, very good card. You just can't shoot with him really. I never found him to really score at all for me last year. And agility wise, he feels alright on the ball. He feels decent. For CDM, you can get away with it. And passing wise, the short passes, easy 5-10 yard passes, which could be very hard to do this year, it feels good on that as well. And pace wise, isn't the slowest, but isn't the fastest either. So for me, if you want a specific CM or CDM, I'll go for CDM for Roy Keane and CM for Balak, and he can also do CDM if you so wish. So I'll go for Nesta and Balak / Roy Keane, depending on which position you want. Over than Ferdinand and Pep, because I feel like both these two cards, Nesta and Balak or Keane, will be useful in your team for a long period of time. Think of it this way, right? Go for a player which will be in your team for a long period of time and will not only be in there for like a couple of weeks. That's the way I should see it, that I feel like Guardiola will not be in your team for that long, unless if you've not got a great team in the first place. If you've not got a great team, then it may be in your team for a while. If you're a gold 1, elite pushing player, or a kind of high tier player, I would say try and go for the Keane / Balak with also an Nesta, because I feel like they'll be in your team a lot longer than if you get a Pep or Ferdinand. And I hope that this does make sense and you are following along with me, because I feel like this is quite important, because a lot of people, I've heard people say, oh, go for PIRLO. Do you think PIRLO's a good cam? No, not at all. I don't think PIRLO is good at all. You would only be getting PIRLO because of PIRLO. Pace wise is not good enough really, I don't think. Shooting wise, I don't think it's that great at all. Passing and dribbling, great. He'll feel nice in the ball. 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, feel fantastic. The physicals is poor and defending is poor. So the only position this guy could potentially play is a cam, and his shooting isn't great. He can't play a CM really because he's not that fast, and he's not that big either, and he's not that defensive minded either. So like a Kante is small, but he's fast and he's got good defensive attributes, so that can balance it all out. He's not really a CM because he's not the smallest, but he's not the biggest either. He's not the best on the ball when it comes to physicality, and he can't really run that much either, and his stamina isn't even that great. So I just don't know why. I just don't know where could this guy fit as a CDM. Definitely not a CDM, because I just don't think that he'll be that good considering his defensive awareness and also interceptions. So maybe as a cam, but even so, I feel like his shooting will let you down. And now Roberto Carlos, you may think, oh yeah, he's a good left back, and you know what, he is a good left back, and he may be in your team for a long time. So if you do want a left back, then feel free. Left back Roberto Carlos is good. Also same thing with someone like Zanetti. He's pretty much an end game right back, and if you put like a shadow on him or any sort of stats which should boost up his pace, ideally pace, physicality, and then also like dribbling or something could be great. And on him, he's a good right back. Only issue is his jumping. It's a bit poor. It's very poor for a right back, because sometimes you do need your right backs to come in clutch and get a header out. So that's the only issue with him. But other than that, it is an end game right back, and he could be in your team for a long time. So keep that in mind. If you really want an end game player, he's probably the most end game as you can get as of right now. I think it'll be a long time until you see right backs like informs and special cards that can really compete with this kind of card. And before I do get onto strikers, because that's a thing in itself, if you want the best CM, look no further than Steven Gerrard. If you want the best CM that'll be in your team for a long period of time, look no further than him. 3-star is a bit, not the best, but it's fine enough. And he's got everything that you aspire for CM. Let's say a full 1-2-1-2 narrow formation, it'd be perfect for that. So he can shoot, he's got decent pace, he can also pass, he can dribble a bit, he's got good physicals, and he can also defend somewhat. He is a decent card all around. He is the best sentiment option in this. CDM, I still think would be a Balak or a Roakim, but as a pure CM, he's the best you can get right now. So, with that said, let's get onto strikers, and who do I think is the best striking option at icon swaps? For me, is Butrageno. Reason why is as follows. He's 90 acceleration, 90 sprint speed, feels great. Shooting wise, 91 finishing, very good finisher. And also dribbling wise, if he will feel good on the ball. He's got 5-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves. The only issue is the fact that I feel like high medium would be much better. But for me, I feel like the meta of this game is small, nimble players, small fast players that you can get on a turn and shoot near the post. I feel like he'd be clinical at that, and for me, I think as all strikers here, he suits the meta the absolute most. The only issues with him is the fact that he's not the strongest, 61 strength, and aggression is quite weak. But if you like people like Messi, which a lot of people do, people love Messi. People love Neymar. People love, Mertens, short little players that you can get around, and they're quite tricky and can do skills every now and then. Now, he's only got 3-star skills, but to be fair this year, I don't think you even need that much skill. I mean, ball rolls, drag backs, unless you're a skiller, this guy may not be the best for you because he's only got 3-star skills. But all around, I think this guy could be one of the best you can get right now in terms of the meta. Now, other shouts is Hugo Sanchez. On his base card stats, he looks like a better player. However, his composure, I feel like, that's the one thing that makes me not want to go for him. He's very similar in terms of pace and shooting and dribbling when it comes to comparing to Butrageno. Only issue is the fact that his composure is so low. I feel like that would be a detriment to you more than what it would be a benefit. If you don't know what composure is, it basically means how consistent are they. If they go through and goal and the one-on-one goalkeeper, how consistent are they at putting that shot in the same place at the same time every time, and that is the back of the net. If you do a finesse shot, how often would they be under pressure? If they've got a defender on their back, how often would they be able to get the right shot off? And this is a big thing, composure, man. I feel like a lot of players kind of devalue composure, but it means a lot, man. Also, 3-star. He's not going to 5-star weak foot, which is very important, I feel, this game. Strike as well. There's Michael Owen, similar to Butrageno. Not much is wrong with him. He's only got 4-star, but all around, he's a very similar card. In fact, better finishing. In fact, even faster. Not as short, so he probably won't feel as fast. But again, he's not a bad shout. Drogba. For me, I feel like you would only be getting Drogba because of the fact it's Drogba. Again, like PIRLO, he's an amazing card, great finishing, not the fastest on but not slow either. It will be kind of slow in the turn, I feel, because of the agility and balance. But all around, it would be a beast of a card. I just feel like, because crossing isn't as OP this year. If you want a target man striker, then this is a man for you. If only you partnering with a fast, nippy striker like a Mertens alongside of him or something like that. But it's your own choice on that one. Hadji as well. I don't want to devalue him. I think he's a very good cam, by far the best cam there is in here that you can get. 4-star. It's got good pace. Feel good on the ball, has got great passing, and has got decent, good finishing as well. 92 long shots, 93 shot power. He's a good player, and he's kind of undervalued as well. So if you do want a cam, the best option is Hadji. Rui Costa isn't that great. Ian Wright is kind of similar to like a Michael Owen, just isn't the best. Just isn't as good on the ball. Rivaldo, we all know is 2-star weak foot. I just think as a cam, I just think for a cam or a central striker, you need to have better than 2-star weak foot in this game. So for him, I'm going to say no. I think Hadji's much better. Closer, I'm not going to bother. Crespo and Cliver, I've always liked Crespo. I've always liked him. So if you want to go for like a Crespo and like a Roberto Carlos or a Nesta, that you can do so if you wish. I just think that the best striker option is Butrageno, of course, but he's not a bad shout either. And that's really it. This is my opinion on everything. You can take it if you so wish. This is my own opinion. Who would I be going for? I'm debating between Butrageno as just a one strike to help me out for the entire game, or for a long period of time, or to go with a Nesta and a Balak. And that could also help a lot with the likes of team building. For me, I'm personally thinking, what do I need the most? and I think that I need a defensive kind of player. So I'm kind of more leaning towards hitting a Ballack and a Nesta, or Nesta and a Royal Keane. I'll decide closer to the time. I'm still going back and forth each day, but that's where my mind's currently set. People may aspire to have a ZANETTI, people may want to have a Carlos. If you still haven't decided, then let me know down below in the comments who you're going for. But this is for me the best options that you can go for the icon swaps. If you guys do find this helpful, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and thank you guys for watching. My name is Vizeh. I'll see you next time.